What in the world is going on, everybody? How are we doing? How are we feeling? Championship weekend just ended. We had some games, some interesting games that were on this week, and outcomes happened that maybe I didn't want to see, maybe you didn't want to see. Heck, maybe we have a Tampa Bay fan or a Chiefs fan in here. Wouldn't like it, but maybe we do. We're going to talk about those games. Just some quick thoughts because I'm not, we're not here to talk about the Packers or the Chiefs or whatever. We're here to talk about the Las Vegas Raiders. And you guys know the drill. Throw your comments in there, your questions, concerns. I'll throw them up on the screen from time to time. I'll hit as many as I can, probably all of them. But I want to get my thoughts on I don't know how the Raiders can one day maybe sniff the playoffs, the Super Bowl. Who are we rooting for right now? I'm very curious to see how Raider fans are going to watch this Super Bowl. First of all, are you going to watch it? I mean, I'm going to watch it, to be honest with you. These people that are like not watching, I don't know. You like football? Watch the game. It's okay. It's not a big deal. But as to who I'm rooting for, it's a very, very interesting dilemma because we have Brady who has gone to his 10th Super Bowl. He's probably, if he wins his seventh. The Tuck rule is the thing that started the Brady dynasty, and then you have the Kansas City Chiefs, a division rival, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. They're so GD annoying. It's hard to pick one to root for. Now, there's a few things you can do to spice up your viewing pleasure. Number one, you can bet on the game. Now, I'm not condoning gambling if you're not old enough. I'm not saying that. But, I don't know, you throw 100 on the Chiefs, you're going to be a Chiefs fan for a day. Now, I still really haven't made my mind up as to who I want to win this game. I have a buddy who is a Patriots fan and by osmosis a Tom Brady fan. So maybe I root for the Bucks because he's a Tom Brady fan and he's my friend. Maybe I root for the Chiefs because, as much as we do not like to see the Chiefs succeed in any single way, I do like Andy Reid. He seems like a good coach, a nice guy. I'm really stuck between a rock and a hard place here, and I'm curious to see who you guys are rooting for. So let me know in the comments here who you guys are rooting for the Super Bowl, and why. And while you guys do that, I'm going to talk about how the Raiders can get there. We're going to get into a little bit of the offseason. We're going to get into a little bit of the draft, free agency, position changes, all that good stuff. We're not going to do, a full offseason recap. That'll be a different video for another day, probably after the Super Bowl. But I want to know who you guys are rooting for. I'm very curious and the reasoning for that. And I'm going to talk about the Raiders. If you want to comment on other stuff, you can. As of right now, how close are the Raiders to a Super Bowl? I think offensively, they're close. We have the quarterback in place. We have the receiving core in place. We have the running back. We have the tight end. We have most of the offensive line, and this is where I say they are close, but not there. We need to cut Trent Brown. We don't know what Richie's doing. We may need to get rid of Gabe as well because we need money. We need cap space. So the offensive line is going to need a little bit of a retool this offseason. Whether that means getting a left tackle and moving Colton to right. He's been a good left tackle, but maybe he's better at right. We need a new left guard, maybe a new right guard. We have the center in place for sure. The offensive line development is very, very key here to make sure our offense stays as potent as it can be. Defensively, not close. Not close at all. When you look at the Tampa Bay Bucks, they have a defense that is so good that Tom Brady can throw 3 interceptions and still win the game. That's pretty crazy. The Packers also held the Bucks to did they score in the second half? Did they score in the second half? I think I can't even remember. All you need to know is that the last 4 teams standing had not only great offenses, but at least competent defenses. Say what you want about the Chiefs defense. It's not great in the regular season, but in the playoffs, there's a switch that's flipped, and there's no doubt about that. They played really well. Our defense needs to improve. We need a new linebacker. We need some defensive tackles. We need another safety. We need a good play caller, which I believe we have in Gus Bradley, but I'm not positive. So those are my thoughts on what we need to do to potentially one day reach a Super Bowl. You guys let me know specific things that we should do. Start commenting specific roster changes, trades, draft picks, players that we can talk about while I hop into why you're rooting for one team or another. And we will get into that very soon. Quan, what's up, man? He says Bucks. There you go. He's rooting for the Bucks. Raider Nation 03 Gaming. What's up, brother? Chiefs are going back to Tampa, or Chiefs are going to Tampa Bay to run it back. Interesting. I guess I'll get into my prediction a little later too. You guys can comment that. So I won't be rooting for either team. I could care less, honestly. I did initially feel that way when the two games were over because I was rooting for the Bills and the Packers because I love Aaron Rodgers and I love Josh Allen. So that is my initial stance, is that I just don't care. I just want to see a good game. Trevor, what's going on, man? How we doing? Justin Jones, Chiefs again. Interesting. Curious on my thoughts with the QB carousel this offseason. A lot of QBs may be on the move or traded. Do you think we could do anything with Marcus for a QB-needed team? That's a great question. Do I want to reveal this right now? Let's just say I have an idea of what we're going to do with Marcus. Not because I'm having inside information or anything. It's more so videos that I've been, potentially filming. That's all I'll say. But I do think you have to assume that the Colts are going to get a new quarterback. The Bears are going to get a new quarterback. The Washington football team is going to get a new quarterback. And I'm doing teams that aren't going to draft one. Like the Jets are going to draft one. The Jaguars are going to draft one. And the Falcons maybe are going to draft one. And then and by draft, I mean draft and plug and play immediately. Justin Fields is going to start immediately. Trevor Lawrence is going to start immediately. Zach Wilson has a chance. But we have, like I said before, the Bears, the Lions, the Colts, the Washington football team, the Patriots. I do think maybe you have a Washington football team interested in somebody like a Marcus Mariota. You have a potential, I don't know what offense, what's his name, Bill Belichick wants to run. It's very interesting. I think we do get rid of Marcus in the offseason one way or another. He's just too darn expensive. I love the kid, but we don't have the money right now, and we need it. So it's an interesting question that I don't really know the answer to right now. Adrian is rooting for the Chiefs because I don't want Brady to win another Super Bowl. See, I feel that way. I feel that a lot. But it's just hard to say that I want to root for the Chiefs. You know what I mean? I'm also Adrian Gaming from the last stream. I just changed my name. Oh, okay. I got you. People want the Raiders to be in Cam Newton. People want the Raiders to sign or trade for Cam. No, thanks. I'm rooting for the Bucks. Okay. Toscano. Interesting. Aaron Rodgers could have ran it in. I know, that was so strange. He could have run it in. If we can keep Marcus for cheaper, keep him. If he's a little more expensive, we get rid of him. I agree, absolutely. Do you think we move on from Richie, Gabe, and Trent? I think we do. I really think we do, guys. It's crazy to say we move from all three, but I think we need three new linemen at the start of this free agency. I think we do. Jason, Adrian, I agree. The Packers could have won. Also, when number 20 held on the Bucks receiver, the Packers blew opportunities. Yeah, it's true. There was some pass interference calls that didn't get called for certain teams, but got called for another. I don't want to get into that, but it is what it is. Do you see our defense getting better with Gus? I say yes. We need to build pieces around him and not just reach. Yeah, I've been a little lukewarm on Mayock's most recent draft. I thought he did pretty well the first time around. I would prefer if we didn't draft someone just because it's kind of a different thing to do. Maybe when you have a Devin White there or a Devin Bush, you take him. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Adrian, also now analytics saying Raiders are a good spot for Stafford since he got released. No. Why every offseason when a QB is out of the Raiders come in as an option? Well, here's the thing about that. This is going to be the first offseason where we aren't specifically linked to one. It's not going to be this Gruden is in love with Kyler Murray. I heard Mayock wants to sign Tom Brady. That's not going to be the case this offseason. Gruden and Mayock have come out and said Carr played absolutely amazing, and there's no quarterback controversy. So if it's other people saying the Raiders should go after Stafford, I don't care about that I just read the word Carr and said R at all. But it is going to be something that happens because people are just weird on Carr. I agree. We got Carr, who was coming off his best season, absolutely, and he threw for 4,000 yards again without playing it. He missed the whole game, which we would have won if he played. I love the way Marcus played, but we would have won that game. The reason why Marcus Mariota was running around the field the whole time is because he didn't change the play, and I'm not expecting him to, but he didn't change the play to get us into the right position. And if his first or second read wasn't there, he just took off. Derek Carr doesn't need to do that because he can see the third or fourth or fifth read and then zip it in there. That's the difference between him and Marcus. So another thing I want to talk about here, retroactively looking back at the season, 8-8 on the surface is disappointing, absolutely. But if you look back at the season as a whole, the schedule, everything, we had by far the hardest schedule in the National Football League. Not only did we have to play the Chiefs twice, not only did we have to face Justin Herbert, who knew he was going to be this good? Definitely not me. We had to play two of the most improved football teams of the last 10 years, the Dolphins and the Colts. Just came out absolutely scorching red hot. And then we had to play the Bucks, the Saints, and the league's most improved team, the Cleveland Browns. That's a hard freaking schedule, man. We were a eyes closed Hail Mary and a fumble recovery away from being, and the Bills we played, holy moly, from being 10-6, which by the way still would not have gotten you in the playoffs with an extra wild card slot. I understand 8-8 is disappointing. I really do. And I'm not just the positive Raider fan, as Dominique would say. I try to look at it from an outsider's perspective. 8-8 is not terrible considering just how god awful our defense was and just how brutal our schedule was. 3 of the 4 remaining teams that played yesterday, we had played and hung with. We beat the Chiefs. We almost beat them again. We were down 7 in the fourth quarter against the Bucks, and we lost to the Bills by 7. That's a tough schedule. You see, when Carr has weapons like Nelson, he shines. The Raiders need to build a defense. I agree, absolutely. I personally hate seeing the Chiefs go back to the Super Bowl as a Raider fan. I'd rather have Brady with his 7th ring than the Chiefs win it back to back. I know, Omar, it's tough. I don't know what to do right now. Did you see the next year's Raiders schedule? Raiders posted it on their Instagram. Yeah, should we go over that right now? Should I share the screen and look up the Raiders 2022 schedule? Yeah, we could do that. I love you, brother. I got you, man. I got you. Okay, so I'm going to look up the Raiders schedule right now. Raiders 2022 schedule. Let's see. Is there like an image or something? 2021 opponents? Is this it? Oh, yeah. Oh, do we play that NFC least? Oh, I think we do. Giants, Cowboys, Eagles. Oh, okay. I don't hate it, guys. We're going to bring this up right now. This is obviously way too early to be making predictions and stuff. But let's do this. Let's share my screen. Application. What do I want to do here? Let's do application window. Let's share the screen. Okay. And I'm going to have the chat on my phone here so I can continue to have a conversation with you guys. But this is an interesting looking opponent schedule. Pulling up the chat right now. Hold on, guys. Okay, I got the chat right here. Someone said, just said, I say 16-0 or 14-2 next season because I think we have an amazing draft free agency. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, so we got the typical opponents: Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers. We have the Browns again, who we've proven we can beat. Interestingly enough, the Cowboys with maybe Dak. We'll see. The Colts again, they're annoying. The Giants is a winnable game. The Steelers, we don't know if they're good or they're bad, to be honest with you. We don't know what's going on with the Steelers. The Washington football team, great defense, not good offense. The Dolphins again, the Bengals with maybe Joe Burrow, maybe not. The Ravens and the Eagles. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. This is very interesting. So let's go over the absolute lock winnable games. We should take care of business against the Broncos twice. So that's two right there. We should split with the Chargers just to be safe. That's 3 wins right there. And we should potentially split with the Chiefs. So that's 4 wins right there. Let's say we go 3 for 4 in the NFC East. So then let's say we lose to the football team, but we beat the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Giants. So that's 7 wins. Then we have the NFC North. Let's say we beat Joe Burrow to get to 8 wins. So we're at 8 wins right now, and we still have the Browns, the Ravens, the Dolphins, and the Steelers. That's very interesting. I think we could beat the Browns. I think we could beat the Dolphins. The Steelers and the Ravens are tough opponents. I think there's an interesting amount of wins and losses here. This looks like an 11 win. This looks like again a 10 and 11 win schedule here. We don't know how well teams are going to improve, including our own team. We don't know if the football team is going to take a step back, if the Steelers are going to take a step back. We don't know the Colts quarterback situation. It's a very interesting scenario here. Epic Giraffe says, honestly, hate the Chiefs, but hate Antonio Clown and Deflategate Brady more. I like Mahomes and Tyreek, so rooting for the Chiefs is hard, but we'll be rooting for them. Fidel Castro, I don't condone anything that you've done over your career, Fidel. I have to say that, but we're happy to have you here. Who am I rooting for? Again, I think I'm going to make that decision at the end of this live stream because right now I don't know. But this is an interesting looking schedule. I want you guys to comment what you believe the win-loss total is. Right now, I'm going to say it's a tentative 11 wins, but I'm not positive. It depends on how we play well against, again, the teams that are really good. It depends on if the Colts improve or take a step back. The Steelers improve or take a step back. The Cowboys, will they have Dak? What about Joe Burrow? We could be playing some backup quarterbacks here. Very, very, very interesting. Are we playing Deshaun Watson in a Miami uniform? All very interesting. Very much so. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen now and get back to the regularly scheduled live stream. Okay, chat is gone now, and we're back. That's your real name? I thought that was a joke. That's absolutely hilarious. Wow. Washington football team will play the Chiefs next year. Hope Alex Smith will still be their starter because he will go up against his former team, Patrick Mahomes. Alex Smith was back in Kansas City. That would be a pretty cool storyline. Think we go floor 9-7, ceiling 13-3. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I like it, in fact. As I drink out of the Utah Jazz Cup, 8-game winning streak, if anybody cares. Everyone was talking a lot of smack after they lost 3-1 last year. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, I think I'm going to start to wind things down here. If you guys got any more questions, please let me know. I think, okay, I'm going to make my definitive answer right now as to who I'm rooting for. Mahomes played one game in 2017. He got drafted, took over next year. Yes, he did. Pardon me, I'm burping. I think I'm going to make a decision as to who I'm rooting for. You guys have convinced me. I think I'm rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think I just like Andy Reid, and I don't hate Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I hate the Chiefs because they're so good. I think I'd rather see Mahomes win his second than Brady win his seventh. I think that's just what it comes down to. I don't want Antonio Brown to win a Super Bowl. I don't want Bruce Arians to win a Super Bowl. That's just what it comes down to, I think. Yeah, I want to bet on the Bucks to the Chiefs. I think it's Chiefs -3 right now. Um, that seems like a good bet. I might do Chiefs money line if I was betting. If I was a GM, who was I taking? Who would I be taking at 17? I'm taking. Let's look at a mock draft before I go here. Let's do that. Let's look up DJ Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft because I like DJ. He's a good guy. Okay. No, thanks, NFL Network. Maybe I should share my screen, idiot. How long have I been doing this? Share screen again. I'm hearing a video in my ears. Hold on. What in the world? Stop. I'm hearing an advertisement in my ear. Oh my God. This is an absolute disaster. Hold on. I have to. This is the live stream is slowly crumbling. Hold on. Hold on. Let me read some of these comments. A D lineman at 17 for me. Okay. Yes. Let's look at DJ's mock draft and hopefully I don't hear an advertisement in my ear because that was just terrible. Okay. Let's do this. Let's share the screen. Let's do application window. Share. Okay. This is Daniel Jeremiah of NFL Network fame. He was a scout at one time. I'm pulling the chat back up on my phone right now just so I can read your guys' comments. Okay. No, I was not hearing Ray Shadow Legends. I was hearing like Samuel Jackson talk about Capital One. Okay. Trevor Lawrence, number one. Yeah, okay. That's Zach Wilson, number two. That's interesting. Come on, FanDuel. I don't want an advertisement on my screen. Get away. Let's just go. Okay, let's just look at. We're coming into our pick here. We don't need a corner. We don't need Jalen Waddle. Pitts. No. Gregory Rashad. Yeah, he's not. Okay, if Mika falls to 15 right here, because I'm a Penn State boy, if Mika falls to 15, let's go up 2 spots and get him. Hopefully, a quarterback drops this low so that Bill Belichick. That's the second time I forgot Bill Belichick's name. We'll grab one here, and then we can either get Jalen Phillips or Mika. But I would love to get Mika if he does fall this far. Owusu is a great pick here. I'm calling him Owusu because I don't know how to say that other one. I like that too. That's also a good pick. So my favorite is Mika, but I don't think he's going to fall that far. Jalen is my 2, and then Owusu is my 3. Who else could we potentially reach for here? Let's look. Is there anyone else worth sniffing at? Collins, I'm not a huge fan of. This guy's pretty good. I don't know how to say his name either, but he's pretty good. Yeah, okay. I don't know what's happening now, but I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I think Mika would be my first pick if he does fall, but I just don't think he's going to. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet. Do you think Mahomes can actually pass Brady in Super Bowls if the Chiefs win this Super Bowl because this might be Brady last year? I mean, I hope not, but it's probably possible at this point. Trey, what's up, man? You kind of came at a bad time because I'm about to wrap things up, but watch the whole thing over by all means. If it's not Brady last year, then next year is. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up here. If you got any last final questions, I'll give you a couple more minutes to put those in. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I teased it earlier, but I was filming some videos. I was filming some videos a couple days ago, yesterday, kind of sort of stockpiling them. I don't know. You guys, maybe you guys have an inkling of what the videos could be. They could be, a certain specific type of video that a lot of people have subscribed to my channel for, and I haven't posted in a while. But we'll see what happens. Sort of waiting for any other comments. If not, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Epic Drafts, says this dude and Simone Raider are my favorite YouTubers. It's interesting that you call me a YouTuber. I never consider myself a YouTuber. because I don't like how do I say this? I don't play the game. You know what I mean? I don't. I, like my one live stream got 3,000 views, and the title was Derek Carr should demand a trade, and I felt like that was sort of a clickbaity title, but it was also something that I uh, that I felt at the time, but not so now. So I feel like YouTuber is an interesting phrase to call me. I'll take it. It's not like a negative, obviously, but I feel like I just am a content creator that posts my stuff on YouTube. It's interesting. It's an interesting juxtaposition. Like I think Logan Paul is a YouTuber, but it doesn't really matter. I don't care. Do. My thing about the Super Bowl is that I just don't want to see the Chiefs go back to back. Understandably so. Totally get that. Marvin Wilson at 17, 48, John Holland, Paul Adebo at 81. Oh my God. All defense. I love it. I absolutely love it, Jason. Maybe I'll do my own mock draft. We'll see what happens. I'll leave you with this. Adrian Teese to say that is, well, that's an opinion, definitely. Says Madden 21, LOL. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you. And